Good evening. We are live at the Turtle Hospital in the heart of the Florida Keys. Happy Friday, everyone. We are going to have our happy hour with sea turtles and give you a patient update. We're going to start with our cold sun turtles that came in over the past week, and we are looking at Buddy, a juvenile green sea turtle. We had 8 sea turtles come in from cold stunning from our local waters. They were all found on the bay side in the upper Keys. The good news is our temperatures are going to be warming starting tomorrow. So this is Buddy. Then next door here is Groundhog. Hello, Groundhog. Groundhog is another juvenile green sea turtle. In addition to cold sunning, Groundhog also has a healed old boat strike and is caudally buoyant. You can see Groundhog is trying to swim to the bottom, but that back end keeps floating up. That's what we call bubble butt syndrome. We're hoping we can resolve that, but only time will tell. And we're going to skip over the Kemps for now, and we're going to go here to Rosie. Rosie is another juvenile green that was rescued in the Florida Bay. She was rescued from a group with the Audubon with a lot of help from FWC and the Rangers in the Everglades. So really an amazing collaboration of agencies and help with this turtle. And Rosie is named after the roseate spoonbill because the group was actually out there checking on the roseate spoonbills with the cold temperatures. And this is one of our Kemp's Ridleys here. So we still have 14 juvenile Kemp's Ridley sea turtles from the cold sunning event in New England. And you can see one here hanging out at the bottom of the pool. Here comes Glockenspiel up to the surface. So these turtles are responding to treatment. Some of them still have severe pneumonia. And most of them are still receiving breathing treatments through a nebulizer. You can see those littles on the bottom. This is a quiet time of day here. Everyone's had their evening meal and they're just settling in. Hello in Oklahoma, thank you for joining us. Hello in Buffalo, New York. And Chester, England, thank you for joining us this evening. All right, we're gonna keep moving on through here. And there was xylophone. Buzzing around the top there. Actually, it looks like it's an accordion there. All right, we're gonna get our bearings here. We have a lot of turtles to go over. Here's Petunia. Petunia just came in on February 4th, was rescued off of Islamorada, again on the bay side. She has barnacles on the back of her shell. They will be removed once she is stable and warmed up. Hello in South Dakota. Thank you for joining us. Dawn, thank you for visiting us last year. Hello in Minnesota. Thank you for the thoughts on Savannah. That was a rough one. Hello in South Carolina and Texas. Thank you for joining us from Baltimore and Indiana. All right, let's go to the low side before we lose our daylight here. Thank you for the stars. Thanks so much. All right. Hello in Ohio. Thank you for joining us. And our seas are calm, but it is still chilly here in the Florida Keys. We're going to start warming up tomorrow. Here is 2 of our smallest cold sun turtles, Maria and Puxatani. And that's Puxatani you see buzzing around there. You can see they're looking strong. There's little Maria on the bottom with a barnacle. And again, we had 8 cold sun turtles. I know in northern Florida they had over 500 come in. Hello in Ontario, Canada, and Minnesota. Thank you for joining us. And more friends from Ohio. Hello in Kentucky. Here comes Punks up to see us. Hello, little one. And Punxsutawney was rescued on Groundhog Day. Our waters are also warming up. They were up in the high 50s. And the lowest temperature we saw was 50 degrees in the Florida Bay there. Hello in Louisiana and Utah. Thank you for joining us. Love back to you in Utah. Hello in Colorado and Michigan. Hello in Maryland and Ohio. They are all responding to treatment so far. Here is Turdy. We're going to take a look at Turdy's here at the window. Turdy is a juvenile green with fibropapillomatosis. Heavy load of tumors, also missing a good part of that front right flipper from a prior injury that's healed. Turdy has some suspicious spots on her CAT scan, which we are watching, and she will go for a repeat CAT scan. So she needs lots of prayers and healing energies. If she is found to have internal tumors, there's sadly nothing we can do to treat that. Here is Gilbert. Looks like Gilbert's looking for some morsels on the bottom there. Gilbert is a juvenile green sea turtle that has been treating with us severe lacerations, one to the head right along the jawline and another on the plastron that went into the body cavity. But Gilbert is healing well from those lacerations, also has fibropapillomatosis and had his first tumor removal surgery last week with Dr. Terry. So despite those serious injuries, Gilbert is doing well so far. So flippers crossed, but you can see how strong Gilbert is. And here is Nutella. We just had Nutella Day, World Nutella Day yesterday. And Nutella is tired out there, but Nutella is tumor-free except for eye tumors, and we'll be going soon for eye tumor removal surgery with Dr. Krupinski, our veterinarian ophthalmologist. So one more surgery for Nutella. And here is Bella. Bella has been with us some time. She was caudally buoyant. We resolved the issue, and she was on the bottom when we were looking at release, and then she became buoyant again. So she needs lots of prayers and healing energies, and we are hoping she responds to treatment. She is just resting now. But you can see her back end is floating. Here is Norm. Norm is killing it. Norm came in. One of our cold sun turtles was positively buoyant, but you can see Norm is flat on the bottom, which is a wonderful sign. So Norm is already responding to treatment. Hopefully a quick in and out. Hello in Wisconsin. Thank you for joining us from St. Pete and Maryland. Hello to more friends in Canada and South Jersey and Massachusetts. Thank you for joining us. Hello in Texas. I don't know if I missed anybody. I have a lot of information to give you. Hello in Houston. Thank you for all the kind thoughts about Savannah. Hello in Wisconsin. And Indiana, thank you for joining us. And here is Dobby. Dobby is also doing well. Had a heavy load of fibropapilloma tumors. Is having a major challenge with that front right flipper. I don't know if you can see it, but there was invasive tumors and affecting the circulation in the flipper. You can see Dobby is using the flipper, but that end is, we're watching very closely. He's getting regular wound care and hoping that we can salvage that whole flipper. Hello in Illinois and Alva, Florida. Thank you for joining us. All right. We got Nutella. Let's go around here. We're going to keep on moving. Hi, Dave. Thank you for joining us. Hello in Gainesville. What makes them buoyant? It could be a lot of things. Infections cause a gas. Sometimes that makes them buoyant. They can have GI or intestinal issues that cause gas and make them buoyant. Sometimes it's ileus of the intestines caused by neurological issues, which is a result of boat strike injuries. So that positive buoyancy disorder could be caused by a lot of different factors, and hopefully it's something we can resolve, but it's not always the case. This is Aurora, and she is one of our critical turtles. She has a heavy load of fibropapilloma tumors. You can see her eyes have very invasive tumors as well. And we are watching some suspicious dots on her CAT scan as well. And here is Stella. A lot of people have been asking about Stella. And she is there all toasty with some seagrass. So Stella is still not responding to treatment. That is not good news, but we are trying everything we can with Stella. She is getting IV nutrition, supportive care. She was dry docked on the cold nights, but things are not looking positive for Stella. So please continue to send a lot of healing energies her way. We're going to take a look at Thunder here. Hello, Thunder. Thunder is one of our educational turtles, a juvenile loggerhead sea turtle that is perfectly healthy and beautiful. And Thunder goes to schools and events throughout the Florida Keys. Thunder is eating well and teaching a lot of people about sea turtles. That special educational permit allows Thunder to be an ambassador until his shell reaches 45 centimeters long, and then Thunder will go into the wild. So the one thing, growing up to 45 centimeters, Thunder will have a lot less predators when he does go into the ocean than he would have as a little bitty hatchling. So we're going to come around here. We have Jory, and she is patiently waiting for this water level to drop some. And it looks like Flynn is in water for the first time since the blood transfusion. Just went into water. It's just coming up for her breath, which is a good sign. How's he looking so far? Good. So Bender is doing well. Bender is up in a heated 30,000 gallon pool, living her best life. I will try to come live from Bender's tank next week. Thank you for asking about Bender. We don't see Bender a lot on the live feeds because we're usually down at the patient tanks here. So thanks for asking about Bender. Good evening to you in Michigan. Thank you for joining us. Thank you, Josh. Thank you for all the love for Stella. Again, she is not responding to treatment. It looks like Flynn so far is looking good in shallow water. And hopefully feeling a little better with Sam's blood. We will take blood tests tomorrow to see how that blood transfusion went. But it looks like Flynn is clearing well. So thank you for joining us. Thank you for all the positive energy and for following us and all your love for our sea turtles. Wishing everyone a pleasant evening. Stay warm. And have a wonderful weekend.